Hello everyone, and welcome to Playtime with Dolphy, and to this week's Strange Horticulture recording. So, as you all know, I recently actually was able to finally beat Strange Antiquities. If you haven't had an opportunity yet to watch the finale for that Let's Play series, be sure to check it out on my channel. Or if you haven't even watched the Strange Antiquities Let's Play series yet, check out the entire playlist for it on my channel. So I'll be delving back into Strange Horticulture. I recently did a poll asking everyone if I should join the Dendra cult or not, and the overwhelming majority are in favor of me culting up and joining the Dendra cult, so all hail Dendra! I'll be joining them, as long as I didn't miss the deadline for it. So let's go ahead and hit continue. Alright, so I believe... Okay, St. John's Poppy, that's what I have to give up. Okay, let's go ahead and look and see what we have. So, they want a St. John's Poppy delivered outside the Sad Gill Church before Friday. The Sad Gill Church. That sounds like a depressed fish person. The Sad Gill Church. Saddo's laughing. Okay, so where would the Sad Gill Church? Okay, Sad Gill. Okay, the Gill is sad. The church isn't hard to find in the small hamlet of Sad Gill. This must be the place. Okay, St. John's Poppy. Let's join a cult, everyone. Okay. So, I presented it. Nothing happened? Nothing happens. It looks like I'm going to have to make a trip to Blackcomb. Verona noticed something at the Swinside site that's had me pondering. A piece of slate with a symbol drawn on it in black. Can't think of anywhere else around here where you'd get slate from. That and Bradley Miller keeps insisting that he saw something up at Blackcomb. But then again, Bradley Miller does claim that fairies stole his wheelbarrow. This is a very apt point. If I'm going to spend a night out in the hills, I'll want to take some eyebright with me. Wouldn't want anyone sneaking up on me in the dark. Okay, eyebright. Have we identified the eyebright before? No, we haven't. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it Loeth, after a long dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night, in even the darkest places. Brightly colored thorns. What have I got with brightly colored... Well... Oh, this is begging to be identified. I bet this is it. Yep. Okay, we've identified the eyebright and gained the entry for wild coal. Does it ever stop raining in Undermeal? You have a reputation in town for knowing about unusual plants. I need some gray sandfire. Nobody around here seems to even know what I'm talking about, but I hope I'm in the right place now. Well, he has rather brightly colored cat-like eyes. Okay. Sandfire. What the heck? Oh, gray sandfire, okay. Sandfire has a tough outer bark which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils giving off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. I might know what they're talking about. Yep, it's this one. That was an easy enough identification. Identified gray sandfire and found emerald soul. Do we have anything to investigate? The Kentmeal Eye. Okay. Kentmeal Eye. Where was Kentmeal? Kentmeal. I descend into a pleasant valley where the village of Ketmere is situated. On my way, I pass the Brockstone, or Badger Rock, which has always been popular with local children, who challenge each other to scramble up its craggy sides. I make a beeline to the village church, St. Cuthbert's, which is sheltered by an ancient yew tree. There are many plants, said Mile, amongst the headstones and tombs, but sadly, nothing extraordinary for me to find today. That doesn't make any sense. I said the Ketmere Eye. Huh. Okay, well, whatever, I guess. End the day. Alright, the next card. Lowick to Ilgil Head. First we have Sadgil, then we have Ilgil. What's wrong with these fist people? Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. At first she felt free, but it wasn't long before the reality of her situation began to take its toll. She stole food when she was hungry and slept in makeshift shelters, not knowing where she was going, not caring. Eventually she made her way to Grisdale Forest. I still don't know whether it's Grisdale or Grisdale. Grisdale sounds a little better. Okay. Let's try to investigate this new clue, shall we? Foxfield to Crinkle Crag. Okay, Lowick to Ilgil Head. Where's Lowick? Lowick. Well, there's Foxfield. Okay, oh, Lowick to Crinkle Crags. Okay, Lowick. Now, where's Crinkle Crags? Where the heck is Crinkle Crags? Lowick to... Oh no, Ilgil Head. Lowick to Ilgil Head. There we go. Lowick to Ilgil Head. Ilgil. Oh, those Crinkle Crags. Okay, so Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. Okay, Lowick to Ilgil. Ilgil Head. Could it be a river? Could it be a river? My apologies if I'm completely missing and passing over Ilgil Head. Okay, so from Lowick to Ilgil Head, and then Lowick to Ilgil Head, and then from Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. I'm confused. Okay, I actually had to look up a walkthrough for that one. That one was completely confusing. So you're supposed to find the, Lowick to Ilgil Head. You're supposed to locate that. It is somehow L, and then it's L14, I believe. So L14, I think. Is it L14 or L13? Let me check real quick. It's L13 actually, so L13. What? Did I look at it wrong? I looked at it wrong. Oh, it's I-13. I-13. Okay. It really looked like an L. I'm sorry it did. Okay. We'll go ahead and tend to the customers then. You were wise to pledge your support to the Seeds of Redemption. Together we are stronger. Now that the Dendra has awoken, the redemption is upon us. It is glorious. It is a glorious time. Our deeds will be remembered for 1,000 years. Those of us that have put our faith in the woken Dendra will be saved, but we must pass swiftly. We will be in touch soon. Praise the Dendra. Okay. Yeah, Dendra praise. Did we read about this guy before? In this elfhold, a man who claims to represent the group known as the Seeds of Redemption, he grew up in nearby Ghostford, but it's rumored that he spent some time living in White. Okay, this sounds familiar. It's not clear what happened in the intervening years, but by the time he came down to Meal, he had dedicated his life to the one he calls the Woken Dendra. My mind is clouded, dark. I see it and it sees me, all of me. Eldelphinium is the answer, it must be. I will not forget those who helped me, horticulturist. Eldelphinium. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. It has an intoxicating scent similar to that of Solomon's scepter. Do I have anything that looks like that? Those are all identified. So I don't know. Eldelphinium. I don't have anything that looks like it, I don't think. I mean, I'm looking, but no. No. It's like sweet rhubarb. What does Solomon's scepter smell like then? Let's find the Solomon scepter again. Smells a loin. It says it has no noticeable odor, so that's not the one that we want. There's not a lot of plants I have left that are unidentified. It'll be this? No, this has an unpleasant scent, so that's not it. I don't have a lot of these things left to identify. Huh. I doubt this is it. Yeah, that's not it. That didn't even look like the photo. Well, let's go ahead and take a break from this, explore, and go to I-14 then. I-13, I mean. The magpie sees me before I see it. I do not know how long it has been watching me, but I can tell that it's interested in my movements. A strange sensation creeps over me, and I feel an urge to leave this place, but not before collecting a plant for the study. One for sorrow. Turning to leave, I see another magpie and another plant I've never seen before. Two for joy. Now I'm wondering if maybe this was the plant I was supposed to find all along. Could be. No. I'm stumped. It says that the Solomon scepter has an alloying scent. And the Eldelphinium smells similar to it. And I don't have anything that looks remotely like that. This is weird. It doesn't look like it, but no, that's not it either. Okay, yeah. Mini game time. Mini game time. Okay, this one's not so bad. This minigame is actually not so bad. It's just really about trialing and erroring, you know? Seeing what fits and what doesn't. A lot of this doesn't fit. Where the heck is this even supposed to go? Okay. Okay, those fit together. Those fit together. Those don't. Those do, though. And those do. Those do. Okay, those fit. It does not fit. That's good. It doesn't. There we go. That wasn't so bad. I feel revived. My mind is whole again. Your mind has holes in it again? Okay. Well, back on Friday. Alright. Yes, 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 I get it. You want an Eldophinium. I don't have anything that looks remotely like this plant. Nothing. That smells apparently alluring, so could it be this? I mean, maybe no. Okay. I'm confused. It's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. I thought that one may have been it, but it wasn't. You know what? I actually need a walkthrough. I actually need a walkthrough on this part. Okay, so the reason I can't find this plant is because I don't have it yet. So apparently, yeah, I'm supposed to use this thing. And I guess I'm supposed to look for a plant using this. Okay, the great oak. Okay, so there's something right there. A huge tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could ever have imagined any living thing might be. Its upper branches grace the sky. Okay, that's the great oak. It's great. It's wondrous, but why didn't I get the elderfinium by looking at it? Huh? Okay. Okay, back to like explore. I'm stumped. I'm stumped. I am glad that Strange Antiquities has puzzles that are a little more intuitive, because some of the puzzles in Strange Horticulture are just a little bit obscure, a little hard to figure out. Still enjoy them, but it sometimes just kind of requires a walkthrough to figure them out. Okay, let me do this again. Oh, elderfinium grows here. Okay. Well. Second from the bottom. Whoever wrote on my map has been very helpful. I would never have thought to come out to this desolate place in search of plant life, but a quick search yields exciting results. Okay, we got the elderfinium now. Hallelujah. Okay, identified elderfinium, and the lark sign is what we've discovered. This is a weird little plant. Put that over here for now then. My mom was into horticulture. I found this among other things. Golden light, that's a plant, right? I'm not sure what long mag could be though. Is that another plant? Anyway, I thought you should have it just in case it's any help. See, love the song. Golden light. Okay. Start at Long Meg. S3E2. There's no S3. I'll go south 3 and then east 2. So we want Long Meg. I just have to locate Long Meg on here. Long Meg. Long Meg. Once again, my apologies if I'm just like staring right at it. Where would Long Meg be? There's nothing here called Long Meg. What is Long Meg? Am I staring right at it, maybe? Maybe it's a river. Can't find it. That is pretty puzzling. Oh, Meg. I don't want to have to look up a walkthrough again. It looks like I'm gonna have to. Yeah, sadly I am. Okay, so apparently, as if I'm supposed to know, it is one of the stone daughters. So we're going to go south 3, 1, 2, 3, and then east 2, 1, 2. The river was in its youth here, flowing swiftly through the rocks with a melodic gurgle. Among the tall grasses that line the riverbank is a much more unusual-looking flower. Let's look at it a little closer. Wet flowers and soft leaves. So this is a red one, so it'll go over here with the rest of my red plants. Help me, the amulet. I can't remove it and it's drawing the life from me. Long Veracund? Long Veracund, sometimes called Witch's Remedy. The Long Veracund is believed to live courses. Small leaves grow in pales along the stem. Small leaves that grow in pales. This might be it. Nope. It did have small leaves that grew in pales. I don't think that's it. Those are sparse leaves. That's not it. Thought for sure that was it, but it's not. Oh, I have to put this one back with the rest of the mushrooms. Yep, that actually was it. I can feel it walking, thank you. Okay, we have gotten the entry for Caldera and identified Long Veracund. Let's look through here and see if there's anything new. Two of the Hunter. The memorial bears the name Swaif Prior. It stores a memory. He was one of the Drael. Theirs is a lonely life at the mercy of a dangerous addiction. They build a tolerance to the Dranthium sap in childhood. They might benefit from its potent effects. If they die, they will. But if they will die, they will. But they will die if they stop taking it. An unusual plant grows sparsely around the memorial. We acquired a new funky looking plant. Kind of has flowers similar to the Long Veracund. We'll leave this to the side, I guess. I feel like I should go over it first with this. Just in case something got missed. That's the Great Oak, yes. And Alderfidium goes here, okay. I think we're done then with that part. It's good to see you, my friend. I've been on the road so long, I'd started to wonder if you were still on the other end of the letters I've been mailing. I'm back in town for a few days, though, and I wanted to give you these before I forget. I found them in the pocket of an overcoat that belonged to your uncle. I always threw them away. I almost threw them away, but I thought the symbols on them might mean something to you. 4 notes! Oh! Matches this one. Huh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't really know in what order they go, though. Oh, it's a puzzle. That doesn't fit. Okay, so the first one is... And the second one is that one. Okay, what do we get? We got a coin. 1813 coin. We got a note. Robert Borrow's Medicinal Herbology. Black Hall Road in Kendall. I'm gonna keep that out. So we don't need these anymore. And we got a letter. A Braille's disc, often called a smuggler's disc. I guess that's what that coin is. It's a simple device that can be used to send coded messages. The location of cached cargo, for example. The principle is cunningly straightforward, but the code is undecipherable to flying eyes. Both parties must be possessed of a disc of identical size with the same symbols at its run's edge, and a map. To encode a location, you would then place the disc over some named point on the map nearby and note whatever symbols point to the location. It may be necessary to string multiple symbols together, but you could use this method to reach any other point on the map as required. That sounds like that's gonna be kinda tedious, but I'll try. Excuse me, we've discovered the entry for Devil's Nightcap. And also the entry for Trimblehuff. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead then and make use of this new card. We want to go to Kendall. I find the medicinal herbology shop off Black Hall Road. I know you, says the man behind the counter. Robert Boyle, presumably. You're the owner of Strange Horticulture. 2 hours later, after a lengthy and engaging discussion covering a variety of botanical subjects, we decide on a trade. It turns out Robert is a collector of unusual fungi, and I have just the thing for him. Copper Caledonian. Okay, let's identify that then. Copper Caledonian. This plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red patches that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves and not a part of the plant. Oh, well, I've got two mushrooms that have red warts on them. Copper Caledonian. I have 2 that look identical. I think it might be this one. Yep, it's this one. based off the flail at the bottom. 3 plants as rewards. Wow. We got some new plants. We got a blue plant with an overpowering sickly sweet scent. We got a new purple plant with long leaves and long flowers. And we got an orange plant, actually. Distinctive smell that reminds me of old books. Musty. Okay, so we got an orange book. I don't really... Orange plant, not book. Oh. In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm actually pretty drowsy tonight. I'm actually tired tonight, so I'm trying to go ahead though and get this recording done because it was overdue and I don't want to get that behind on recordings. I got kind of behind because I was kind of focused on covering a lot of demos, like as many as I could. I was happy that I was able to cover as many as I did. Uploads, you know, still coming up over the weekend, but yeah. I have no idea what any of this means, but it seemed like something you might find interesting. I found it while clearing out the nook of the east wing. Baylock's elixir. Made from the crushed petals of 3 distinctive plants, Baylock's elixir is a potent aid to memory, allowing those who drink it to ensure that they retain important information that they will never forget. Care must be taken after drinking, however, to avoid the fate of Grey Gal, who slowly lost her mind after taking Baylock's and staring at a blank wall for 12 hours. Oh, well, that's charming. Let's go ahead and end the day. In Tibet, a noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. Okay. A young woman alone in the world, she was taken in by the sisterhood and given a home. It was a chance for redemption, a new start. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. In Tibet. Is there a Tibet here? Tibet, I don't see a Tibet. I was actually doing pretty well there for a bit, figuring out, puzzles. Okay, Tibet. Here we go. In Tibet, a noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. Tibet. Noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. Wait, I go down to N. Noble elder. So S, so that doesn't make any sense, actually. Huh. Oh, what if it's directions? What if it's directions? Okay. Like, north, east, south, south, west, south, south. I find myself on a patch of moorland surrounded by jagged peaks and menacing clouds. A distinctive plant stands out against the swaths of purple heather. And there, another one. Got 2 new plants for our troubles. Color, this doesn't really say what color it is. This is up here. Lone Meg. Sorry, I've not heard of it, but I'll keep an eye out for you in the library. As long as you can get me some Fever Kiss, that is. Fever Kiss. Of course, we haven't identified it yet. The wet berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. Pale in color wet berries. That'd be this. That was easy. And we have gained the entry for Mountain of Story. There's talk around town of a woman who wears a green mask made of jade. Oh, I've metal. Got a letter now. Backfoot candle. I still have to find what they mean by Kent Meal Eye. Kent Meal Eye. Kent Meal. And the other one says Backfoot candle. Huh. Okay. Kent Meal Eye. Well, there's Kent Meal. I descend into a pleasant valley where the village of Kent Meal is. Okay. Oh, nothing happened. Okay. I might have to look this up really quickly. Backfoot candle. Huh. I've been talking to people around town trying to learn as much as I can about this beast that is rumored to have been seen in these parts. In the old world, they called this thing the Servant, but the people here seem to have forgotten that name, except the group calling themselves the Seeds of Redemption. They are something I did not expect, and they have made it clear that they want me to stay away from the Servant. They seem to worship it. But I'm getting distracted. My Dranthium supplies are low. I need more. No, wrong one. Dranthium. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long soft leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Dranthium as Green Eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose, even when the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. Ah! That's why his eyes look like that. Alright, so Dranthium has long leaves. Long, sharp leaves. Long, sharp leaves. Huh. That has soft leaves. That's definitely not it. Long, sharp leaves. Okay, those must be the leaves. There we go. Dranthium identified. Most plants are... Okay, I discovered Palliance, the entry for Palliance. I crept around Blackcomb 2 nights ago in the pitch black. That eye bright is some potent stuff. I could see clear as day. Up on the fell I found a sallow pit full of skulls. Some deer, fox, badger, and some human. Back down on the flat I heard a terrible noise, like an axe wrinkles whetstone, but unmistakably animal. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to pause this for a second because I was receiving messages in the background. Okay, back down on the flat, I heard a terrible noise like an axe wrinkles whetstone, but unmistakably animal. High on the ridge line, I saw a cowed woman wearing a jade mask, watching me, and beside her was something dark and human and bloody huge. I don't mind admitting that I'm out of my depth on this one. I'll need to speak to Verona again. While I'm here, I'll grab some wild coal for my pounding head. You'd have been out drinking too if you'd have seen what I did. Wild coal, okay. Wild coal. The purple berries are recommended by physicians in place of a hair of the dog mentality as a tonic for those suffering the effects of having drunk too much for the night before. There are some who consider wild coal a sacred plant, perhaps owing to its rarity, and claim that it's bad luck to pick berries from it. So I need something with purple berries. Those are purple flowers. Purple berries? I don't see anything really that I have with purple berries, but I'll look. Purple berries, right. Huh. Is it another classic case of I don't have this plant yet? I guess we could take a break from it and explore. Can't be eye. We're supposed to use this? No, this doesn't really give me anything else. Maybe I'm supposed to use this. Can't you? Oh, the eye. Oh, I get it. Catmeal. Eye. Catmeal. Eye. Okay. The eye is pointing to here. No. Okay, I was pointing too far out. I messed up. Wild coal. I don't even know if I have that plant. Huh. This is probably a classic case of doesn't have that plant yet, so let me go ahead and just focus on watering the plants that I do have so that I can actually venture further out and attempt to discover whatever it is I'm missing. At least I know what I'm supposed to use for it now. It does take quite a bit of watering to get enough energy to go out again. There we go, okay. Let's try this again. Cantamere. The eye. From Cantamere, I follow the bearing of the eye and end up in a small forest north of Kendall. The woods are thick with briar and brambles, but amongst the tangled undergrowth is a type of flower that's flourishing. Alright, I bet this is the plant he's wanting to. Yep, purple berries. There we go. We have discovered the entry from Norwood. Okay, so those are berries, so I'll put those with the best west of the berry bush types. Okay, let's go ahead, I guess, and I can't really venture out further for the other one, that's a clue. Where was the other one? This was for an elixir. I guess I'll find out when I actually bring up the map again. Well, this looks like the right place. I don't want to have to traipse all over to Red Pike, so hopefully you got what I'm after. It's a non-flowering plant with smallest leaves, and it seems to grow mostly on Red Pike. At least that's the only place I found it. A non-flowering plant with smallest leaves. The trowels? Yep. It was the common trowels. I guess we can turn the watering. Backfoot candle. Let's find Backfoot. Backfoot. And the candle. The candle leads me east of Wastwater. To the north, the mighty Scafell Pike grazes the sky, the tallest peak in England. The challenge beckons to me, perhaps another time. Okay, we've acquired a really weird plant. It's all spiky. I guess I could put it with the yellow plants. I wouldn't really consider it like flowers though, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Poor Reuben, he looks a little worse for wear this morning. He took it hard when his wife died and never did quite give up the drink. I think I know what ritual was performed at the stone circle. It all adds up. It was a summoning spell. Someone called to something across the void and tried to bring a heal, and with the state of that body all torn to shreds, I'd say they succeeded. And then the guild of Dendra, that really got me thinking. I found this in Dr. Worthing's bestiary. A little light reading for you. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest now. The sister Wordwood will know more. Okay. It has many names. Some call it the Woken Dendru, believing it to be related in some way to the deadly Gelda Dendra plant. Others call it the Night Stalker, the Miasma, or the Dread. But the most common name for it in the Siles is the Servant. Ah, so that's what it is. You'll have heard of it in children's songs such as Keep the Fire Burning and Servant and Master, and there are hints of it in the older stories that nobody alive has seen it in the flesh. It is said that the dead ground northeast of Tibet, where nothing grows but black Digitalis nordis grows, was caused when the Servant last walked our lands hundreds of years ago. Okay, northeast of Tibet. Let's find Tibet again. I found it before. We did find Tibet before. And I was staring right at it. Tibet, northeast. The wide area of blackened ground here is known to the locals as Dead Man's Field. Dark mushrooms protrude from the soil like fingers reaching out from the grave. Those do look like fingers. Well, I've discovered them. Let's look at them up close. Looks really like a ghostly hand. It does. We can go ahead and end this day as well. Every day, she attentively followed the teachings of the order. Every day, she patiently performed the task given to her. Every day, thoughts of the book itched away at the back of her mind. Alright. I'm gonna need more. This is blank. A secret uncovered is a secret no more. 2 miles north of Foxfield. Where's Foxfield? North. 1, 2. 3 ravens circle above, their calls and croaks cleaving the silence and omen. I take what I came for and leave. Oh, that's a pretty plant. It has green petals? It's quite easy to cut oneself on the jagged leaves, as I have just found out. So I'll put these here with the unusually greenish colored plants. One from your librarian friend today. A new letter, which means a new puzzle. Or a new riddle. In reference to your question the other day about Law and Meg, I'm afraid I do not have an answer, but Cowder Abbey has a wealth of knowledge on local lore. If you ever go there, the monks will request a plant from you, but they won't tell you what they want. Sort of test. They've never allowed me in to look through their stacks. Simone. Cowder Abbey. Okay. Cowder Abbey. Small window opens from the much larger oak door. From the darkness within, a friend proclaims, "Only a friend may enter." Friend. Okay. Friend. Well, let's read about each of these then, shall we? That's not it. Corpse's friend. I don't know if that's it. Slight unpleasant scent. Devil's nightcap. It says corpse's friend. Maybe that's it. That's not it. That's not it. Can it be this? No. Now the trial and error begins. No. No. No, these all have pleasant aromas. I am confused. I am very confused. I'm thinking. I have no idea what plant I'm supposed to use. Maybe it's not the corpse friend. Let's just keep looking for something that mentions friendship. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Okay, fox button. Okay, perfect. That's it. Yay! We've uncovered the entry for seep sap. The hatch snaps shut and the oak door swings inward slowly without a sound. Muscled in by a man wearing a plain brown robe, he nods silently when I ask about Lon Meg and leads me through the abbey to a small library filled with scrolls and books. Without a word, he pauses for a moment, surveying before selecting a scroll and handing it to me. Oh, we got a letter. Oh, well, we've already solved that letter. Alright, I don't think I can play anymore tonight. I really pushed myself to complete this hour-long playthrough. I even started nodding off a few times while recording. But I had fun nonetheless, and I hope that you are all enjoying my Strange Horticulture recording as much as you've enjoyed my recording series on Strange Antiquities. I really can't wait to see what's next for this developer and what sort of other strange adventures they get up to. I'm really thinking that I'm not going to be able to beat this game in November, which is what I was afraid of. So yeah, this playthrough series is likely going to continue into... It's probably going to continue into December. I was hoping it wouldn't, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat it in November probably, but I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!